and came up a little short. So the Pitt Panthers offense is on the field for the first time today. I know Bo Nix has the single-season completion record, but this guy may make a run for it if he has many more games like the last one, David.
It was crazy. I mean, it was interesting to watch, man. Just in a rhythm, not fooled, like just so confident, knew his answers to the test before. We're even asked. And defensively, that presents a huge challenge. And Jesse, how do you want to attack it? Because something has to change after that last game we saw.
Yeah, I think one of the big keys for him having that kind of day and that kind of accuracy was his offensive line gave him a lot of time to survey the field and throw dunks. So if you're on defense here, you've got to find a way to disrupt his rhythm. You've got to be able to get pressure on him. You don't necessarily have to get him to the ground and sack him, but the ball has got to come out early. You cannot let him sit back there and pick you apart.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Pitt will line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Blue Devils offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country. And how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make a play? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And I'm interested to see, Jesse, if he has the onions to go after the corner and try to make plays.
Well, one thing we know about him for sure is he's a believer in his own arm talent. He's the kind of guy that thinks he can fit the football into the smallest windows, but you're right. He's got to pick his battles and be careful when he decides to attack this guy, because he has picked off some really good quarterbacks in the past, and you know he's just licking his chops, hoping for a chance today.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Blue Devils getting set on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Second down, they'll go to the air. The sure hands, it's Anthony. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Offense gets set for second down. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. He rifles one deep down the right side. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long, ball's at the 25. To the air, it's Holstein. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Shakes off the defender.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
And the Blue Devils trying to cash it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Trying to take it back. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
There's the pressure. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. In the backfield, it's Kane. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throw.
Oh, batted into the air and picked off. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Panthers. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
You always hear the old saying, tips lead to picks. Quarterbacks have got to be careful. You've got to be so accurate with the ball. If you're not, and a defender tips that thing up into the air, bad things generally happen. Pick 6. Doesn't get much worse than that.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. The give to the tailback. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. And now the offense will come onto the field again. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Panthers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Play action. That's caught. It's Thomas. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. It'll be 3rd and long. Back to pass. It's Holstein. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Pitt will have to boot this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He's got great speed. Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll start this drive with a pass. Pulls it in. It's Brown. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. They will score! Touchdown, Duke! Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And they tacked on the extra point. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Coming out with it, it's Hicks. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The run from the shotgun. Spins away from the defense. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. The Panthers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking for a man. It's Holstein. Grabbed over the middle. It's Thomas. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Pitt will line up to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He fires one deep over the middle. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Man, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. They get him on the ground. Late in the half, they have the first down at the 41. They'll immediately call timeout. And the Blue Devils have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. From the gun, the ground game. Got the first down and more. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Looking downfield very late in the half. Finds a tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, it's a nice job by the receiver getting out of bounds to save some clock. You're probably out of field goal range, so you're thinking Hail Mary here at the end of the first half.
Nestled just inside that right upright. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Durham. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Brooks Field inside Wallace Wade Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Pitt will kick off, ready to get things started here in the third quarter. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. You got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
Line getting set on second down. Now the play fake. That's reeled in. It's Castle. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out.
Caught close to the marker. It's Brown. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Grabbed in the middle. It's Brown. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Blue Devils are marching down the field. To the ground with the back. Big-time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Finds a man on the right. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
From the gun, the running back has it. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down. And the Blue Devils started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
How about that second receiving touchdown of the ball game? Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, and number 3 is coming soon.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Reed. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Pitt pushing the pace. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Back to throw, it's Holstein. Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Pitt will have to boot this one away. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run it from the gun. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. What will they die? on second and a long way to go. Making side adjustments here. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Brown. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Blue Devils come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Knocked away, incomplete in the end zone. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Quarterback on the keeper. Got enough for the first. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And the Panthers are in the hurry up.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. That's the end of the period, and Duke has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Behind the chains now on second and long. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Looking to throw, it's Holstein. Fires to the big fella. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. And the Heat gets home, they knock him down back at the 45. Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Lee. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move.
And on offense right now, you're at a juncture here of the game in the fourth quarter, trailing the way you are. You can't punt anymore. Execution has got to be at a premium, and on that fourth down, they're able to hook up, move the sticks, and keep this momentum going.
I think the defense was ready for that quarterback sneak attempt. They filled every gap and stood up the offensive line.
And you got to get such penetration really quickly. Get low, get below those offensive linemen, and just create.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. That one hurts. They thought they'd move the chains on fourth down. Instead, they back up. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On fourth down, looking to pass. He'll take a shot. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. They've got it first and 10 at the 50. Tries to do it himself on the draw. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
So now it's second and long. From the gun, they'll try the middle. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? And
I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And the third down pass is incomplete. And the Blue Devils send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
They'll run play action. Caught behind the line. It's Lee. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Hit right back to the line. Dropping back, it's Holstein. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it on the outside. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. That is a jolt of energy for the offense to get out of trouble in field position, and now all kinds of room to work. Slithers into space.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
A manageable distance on third down as they try to convert from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Hicks. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Looking for the goal line. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And the D deny them on second and goal. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. After that last scoring drive, old Uncle Mo has switched sidelines, and now they'll try to get it back while they're clinging to this lead. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down. The Blue Devils will punt it away on fourth down. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight.
Returner goes out of bounds.
Here's the conundrum for the defensive coordinator. Do you stay aggressive or do you protect and play a little more conservatively with the lead and just a few minutes left? Makes the grab. It's Williams.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
To the air, it's Holstein. Caught near the sticks, it's Johnson. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want them.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances, and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late. Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. The Panthers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Makes the catch. It's Williams. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Here's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And if you're the defense right now, you've given up some yards on this drive, but you've got a possession lead. You just need one more stop after that last in.
Unleashes one deep. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.